हाय फ्रेंड्स, अंकुश हियर और मैं आया हुआ था दिल्ली अशित भाई से मिलने के लिए। तो मैंने रिक्वेस्ट किया कि जो हमारे यूट्यूब के फ्रेंड्स हैं, फैमिली है जो हमारी यूट्यूब की, उसके लिए कुछ अपने इनसाइट, कुछ एक्सपीरियंस हमारे साथ शेयर करें। सो थैंक यू सो मच अशित भाई टाइम देने के लिए स्पेशली। और अशित भाई को आप सब जानते ही हैं कि काफ़ी अच्छे ट्रेडर हैं, खासकर ऑप्शन बाइंग में इन्होंने काफ़ी सारी अच्छी चीज़ें की है और काफ़ी लोगों को हेल्प भी करते हैं ट्विटर के थ्रू। काफ़ी एक फेमस पर्सनालिटी है, सीएनबीसी में भी आपने कई बार इनको देखा होगा। तो आज हम लोग आप इनसे डिस्कस करेंगे कि इनकी जर्नी कैसे स्टार्ट हुई, कैसे कैसे क्या क्या इनके ट्रेडिंग एक्सपीरियंस थे, जिससे आप कुछ ना कुछ चीज़ें खुद के ट्रेडिंग जर्नी में आप सीख सकते हैं। अशित भाई, सबसे पहले आपने कहाँ से स्टार्ट किया अपनी ट्रेडिंग जर्नी, कैसा रहा आपका, और थोड़ा सा बताइए कि इनिशियल आप कैसे स्टॉक मार्केट में आए।
See, okay. First thing first, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure speaking to you, meeting you. So yeah, I hope your audience gets some value. I think trading शुरू हुआ जब मैं यूबीएस में काम करता था हैदराबाद में, एंड इट वाज अ वेरी नो स्लॉगिंग जॉब, मतलब 12-14 घंटे का काम होता था. And just before that I had lost my father to cancer, and there was some PF money that I had to kind of take care of, some spare money that was there. एंड मैं ऐसे ही इन्वेस्टमेंट इन द सेंस कि स्विंग कैश में लेके, मुझे उस टाइम पे फ्यूचर ऑप्शंस ऑब्वियसली पता था थियोरेटिकली, बट ट्रेडिंग के बारे में कुछ नहीं पता था. सो एक्सिस बैंक 200 शेयर लिए, ये लिए, उस टाइप का. सो आई थिंक 20-25 दिन ठीक ठाक रहा, अच्छा से पैसा भी बना. एंड देन समबडी इंट्रोड्यूस टू मी फॉर एफ ट्रेडिंग, क्या होता है, कैसे क्या होता है. And without knowing the basics, without knowing the real kind of uh, the ingredients hote to make it work, I just jumped into it. I clearly remember he's a very dear friend of mine, Manoj. तो he said कि सर आप देखना है एफ में आप करोगे तो प्राइसेस रॉकेट होते हैं. एंड दैट कॉट माई इमेजिनेशन कि ओके, कैश में अगर इतना है तो इट विल बी फास्ट पेस्ड इन एफ. So then I got into FNO. Again, initial days में it was all fine. TV tips हो गया, here and there you end up hearing some news. You kind of buy on news, that kind of thing, and you can call it beginner's luck. Things went quite fine, but soon I started realizing that जैसे पैसा बन रहा था पहले वैसा नहीं बन रहा है. एंड आई थॉट कि जस्ट अ फेज, फिर वापस से यू विल एंड अप डूइंग गुड. नॉर्मली ये होता है कि यू ट्राई टू कोरिलेट योर कॉर्पोरेट सक्सेस टू द नेक्स्ट असाइनमेंट. फॉर मी दिस वाज द नेक्स्ट असाइनमेंट, and somehow it went very nice for the first 6, 7, 8 months maybe. Made good money. In fact, that was the reason why I left UBS in Hyderabad, is that जो मैं एक महीने में कमा रहा था वो started earning in 10 days, 15 days kind of thing. And suddenly that escape route that you'd have कि इतना काम करने के बाद मुझे एक महीने में इतना मिल रहा है, you start extrapolating कि अगर मैं ये आधा दिन में कमा रहा हूँ, this is my CTC which I can earn in 6 months time, and then I can travel around. And all those thoughts came to the mind, and that is how I left the job and started doing full-time trading. And
ओके,
yeah,
सो ये बात है 2015
12,
नहीं 12 की.
2011-12, yes.
Okay, so you left the job in 2012
Yeah,
finally to
yeah.
become a full-time trader.
Full-time trader without knowing
Without.
much FNO, future options, whatever.
Okay.
And TV tips, indoor advisory service का tips. I think I have told in few occasions, SDIL का 80 रुपये का कॉल मैंने बाई किया था 6 रुपये में, एंड SDIL का लॉट वाज बिग, आई थिंक 8-9,000 का होगा शायद. And I bought it around 12th of the month, and that call I kind of held on to till it was around 65 paisa. And that guy who was dealing with me, he still gave me hope कि आप देखिए लास्ट 2 दिन में ये 65 पैसा कैसे 6-7 रुपये हो जाएगा. So I felt bad because that money that I invested in SDIL, part of that was from a PL that I took to increase my capital base. Not that I needed money, but to increase that capital base. And I think within a span of 20 days maybe I lost 10-12 lakhs in that single call. Kept averaging it out on a lower price कि okay इतना हो गया. but options do not work in that
Right.
dynamics.
Right.
And but it was a costly price to pay to
Okay.
learn something. Okay, ये ऐसा नहीं होता है.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. So वहाँ से फिर आपने कैसे स्टार्ट किया? जैसे अभी हमारे पास उस टाइम पे जैसे मैं भी मार्केट में था 2011-12 की बात, तो अभी इतने सारे रिसोर्सेज अवेलेबल हैं, ट्रेनर्स अवेलेबल है मार्केट में जो अपने नॉलेज शेयर करने के लिए रेडी रहते हैं. उस टाइम पे नहीं था, तो आपने कहाँ से फिर चीज़ें लर्न की, या क्या एक आपका मोमेंट था जहाँ पे आपको लगा, या एक डाउन फेज कैसा था आपका इनिशियल फेज में? जैसे आपने पैसे लूज़ किए उस समय, एक मेंटलिटी जो होती है ट्रेडर की जिसमें हमको एक होप नहीं दिखती, हम ऐसे लोगों से मिलते नहीं है जो एक्चुअल में पैसा बना रहे हैं, तो कहीं ना कहीं एक सेल्फ डाउट भी होता है, सेल्फ रिग्रेट भी होते हैं, तो वो वाला फेज में कैसे आपने डील किया और कैसा? डेफिनेटली इट वाज अ टफ टाइम फॉर यू.
I think yes, absolutely no doubt on that. I think it has been covered here and there how tough the time was, but I think what you have touched upon is a very nice thing. Back in 2012, 14, 13, 15 maybe I was unaware, but at the same time उस time पे ना ट्विटर ना यूट्यूब में मुझे शायद वो एक्सपोजर नहीं था जो कि अभी कोई बंदा स्टार्ट कर रहा है. दे गेट टू नो कि ओके ट्विटर में ट्रेडर्स है या यूट्यूब में कोई अच्छा बता रहा है एंड ऑल दोस थिंग. आई somehow failed to kind of get into that source of kind of knowledge base which I could have utilized. It was not there, and sadly it was like an effort out of randomness and bit of desperation कि क्या करना है. Mainly I was relying on TV guys, and slowly steadily obviously I used to read ET and Financial Times. So I think some books was referred in Martin Pink का ही book था, I think Momentum के ऊपर. I started reading that. That was my first book that I started reading. Then I started getting into और क्या books हो सकते हैं. तो then I got to know even the first time कि ट्रेडिंग के ऊपर इतना अच्छे बुक्स भी लिखे गए हैं, तो जो कि मुझे पहले नहीं पता था. एंड देन केम ए फेज व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग लिटिल बेटर बिकॉज आई वाज मोर डिसिप्लिन एंड was scared to lose money. And that is why kind of I just went anywhere and everywhere, whoever would be doing any workshop, whether I like it, don't like it, doesn't matter, but you might kind of come across some line, some viewpoint, some statement which might be after years of experience. At least I would like to believe the trainer would be telling us something out of his experience, and I trust people kind of in that manner. So उसमें से कई सारे ट्रेनर्स काफ़ी अच्छे लगे, कई सारे ट्रेनर्स मतलब नॉट दैट गुड, और अदर आई वुड नॉट से नॉट दैट गुड, आई वुड से कि मेरा व्यू पॉइंट जैसा था उनसे वो मैच नहीं हो रहा था. लेट्स पुट इट इन दैट वे. सो बट एट द सेम टाइम एटलीस्ट आई गॉट एक्सपोज टू ओके ये भी होता है, मतलब ट्रेडिंग में ये सारे टूल्स भी होते हैं विच आई वॉज कम्प्लीटली अनअवेयर ऑफ. ट्विटर में जाना अराउंड 2017 और 17 एंड को मे बी. And then slowly steadily I came across people like Amit Gulecha sir, Santosh Pasi sir. I think उनसे initial days में मुझे अच्छे से सीखने मिला कि okay these are the what things are. तब तक थोड़ा बेस बन चुका था but not that proficient. I think the game changer was Nandi sir का workshop. I think some time back I did it. I had started doing well, but it had lacked that solid kind of conviction kind of thing. And he kind of gave lot of conviction कि okay fine ऐसा होता है वैसा होता है. Whether you agree or don't agree, that's a different story, but there's a way to think about it. And so that is not that कि I follow each and everything whatever that he has said, but more than the strategies and everything, what I liked that the mental makeup that he had, and that was a big influence on me कि okay this is something can be looked at. And then I came across, I was talking about somebody, right? So somebody putting a P&L figure, a seller, and I was absolutely in awe of the fact that it is doable. Somebody is doing it, and if the person is doing it, then there is some process that you would have gone through, and maybe you might not follow the same footstep, but
at least you have some idea.
Like this is doable,
yes.
right? And at those days, I think 4-5 years or 3-4 years back, somebody putting lakhs of rupees of M2M, and I never doubt anyone. So somebody is putting, I truly believe that this is what it is. I just felt great कि okay मतलब somebody is doing it and it's very nice. So it's just that कि I never would have done selling even if that meant कि पैसा वहाँ पे बनता है, because the stigma that I had generated because of the I went broke because of leverage. Futures में आप broker देते थे intraday leverage में. So one thing I had made it a point कि I will never ever take leverage. So option selling comes into that category. So nothing wrong in option selling, but at the same time I somehow felt कि I do not have the required skill set to handle leverage. So that is why I never got into selling, and neither I had the money to do that kind of selling.
Initially आपके पास उतने funds भी नहीं होते for options. Definitely. Time बाद you can think of it after you reach some certain level of this thing. So एक ये चीज़ होगी, but initially कहीं ना कहीं हमको पता होता है कि एक बिलीफ सिस्टम रिजल्ट से ही कहीं ना कहीं धीरे धीरे हमको जब दिखता है मार्केट में कि हम लोग जो कर रहे हैं उसके रिजल्ट्स मिल रहे हैं, उसी से हमारा कहीं ना कहीं सेल्फ एक तरीके से कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्ड होता है. सो वो फेज़ कब आया आपको, कैसा लगा कि हाँ बॉस अब ठीक है, अब थोड़ी सी चीज़ें सही जा रही है आफ्टर एक जो हमारा पिक टू वैली का प्रोसेस होता है कि हाँ ठीक है हमने अब डाउन तो एटलीस्ट टच कर लिया है. तो वो फेज़ कैसा था आपका कि उस टाइम पे आपको क्या चीज़ें बेसिकली अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस आपका मेंटली क्या चीज़ें आपको हेल्प करी एज टू बिकम अ सक्सेसफुल ट्रेडर?
नहीं, सो ऑनेस्टली इफ आई मे टेल इट वेरी फ्रैंकली, I never had a goal that I need to be a successful trader. My goal was just to survive. I was day trading. There was some fiasco that happened with one of the brokers in Jaipur, and there was losses that was there to be taken care of. And so for me, it was all about survivability. It is not about ki how successful I will become or itna mujhe paisa banana and everything. But for that one goal that I have to survive, I do not have a job. And I need to ensure that whatever the backlog that is there, that is getting taken care of. So for me that is like मतलब उससे भी मुझे चाहिए कुछ नहीं था, right? और वो जब मिल गया मुझे लगता है कि then तो I'm good, I don't have to worry about anything. So but in that process of achieving that goal कि my losses are whatever that is there, I will take care of that losses. There are few friends along with me, we put some money in one of the brokers. That brokers ran away. I ensure that each and every person, whoever had invested with me, not that they had given money to me, we all put that money to that broker, and that broker kind of ran away. So I lost heavy amount over there. So my moral compass was that I'll have to ensure that those guys are not suffering because of the broker running away. So even if I could have held my hands off saying okay, I really didn't know this would happen, but I think maybe that karma of doing something right at the point when I could not have thought of doing it, maybe God just blessed me, to be honest. I never ever had envisaged कि मैं कोई successful trader बनूंगा या कोई ऑप्शन बाइंग करूंगा. मेरे पास पैसा नहीं था सेलिंग करने के लिए, फ्यूचर बाय करने के लिए. दैट्स व्हाई ऑप्शन बाइंग इज एज सिंपल एज दैट. सो इट्स नॉट अ स्ट्रैटेजी कि मैं सेलिंग नहीं करूंगा, फ्यूचर्स नहीं करूंगा, ऑप्शन बाइंग ही करना है. But you just know what you don't need to do. A, I don't need to take leverage. B, I do not want to kind of trade in instruments I have no skill of. So playing with leverage, there are so many people who do so much well in terms of playing with the leverage. Maybe I was not good enough, and there is no shame in admitting कि आपसे ये नहीं हो रहा है. So I step back myself from doing those things. So all the thing that left out was option buying. So that is why option buying. अगर मैं failed नहीं हुआ होता और maybe इतना losses नहीं हुआ होता, maybe I would have had the same herd mentality कि option selling से ही पैसा बनता है, right? Because of my circumstances, the change in mindset, the change in thinking procedure कि ऐसा करना है. And मुझे कोई मतलब दूर तक कोई मतलब क्या बोलते हैं, there was no aim to become a successful trader. I just wanted to be alive, that's it, and anything beyond that is bonus for me.
ग्रेट. सो अगर ऑप्शन बाइंग की बात करें तो बहुत लोग का एक फेवरेट टॉपिक है ऑप्शन बाइंग, खासकर रिटेल्स में, क्योंकि रिटेलर्स आते ही एक स्मॉल अमाउंट से और एक टू बिकम ऑप्शन बायर आपको इतना हैवी अमाउंट है इससे स्टार्ट नहीं करना पड़ता. सो ऑप्शन बाइंग की अगर पर्टिकुलर हम लोग बात करें तो हम लोगों ने देखा है कि जब भी मार्केट में मोमेंटम है तो पैसे बनेंगे आपके ऑप्शन बाइंग में, या मार्केट में क्लियर ट्रेंड है तो हमको ऑप्शन बाइंग बनेंगे. सो आपकी मार्केट में इनिशियल या अभी भी आपकी क्या अप्रोच रहती है कि अगर आप डिस्कस करना चाहेंगे, फॉर एग्जांपल आपको लग रहा है मार्केट मोमेंटम है, सो आप कैसे अपना यू डू पिरामिडिंग और यू स्टार्ट विथ वन गो पूरा अपने
सो ये मतलब ऑप्शन बाइंग के लिए आपको बहुत ट्रेंड एंड मोमेंटम चाहिए. आप जो भी सिस्टम डिज़ाइन कर रहे हैं, इट शुड बी हैविंग सम elements of trend based system, some elements of momentum based thing, and if you combine and you try to play kind of कभी कभी बहुत बार ऐसे देखते हैं और लोग कि जैसे 50 रुपये का ऑप्शन इन नो टाइम इट हैज बिकम टू 70-80 or 90 kind of thing. So in percentage wise it looks like a 25% in like 10 minutes time, but that is the beauty of option buying. It doesn't give you money consistently in terms of every minute, every hour kind of thing, but you have to wait for the right opportunity to find out कि कहाँ पे juice is there, कहाँ पे you can extract the juice, that kind of thing. So मेरे हिसाब से मतलब in case you shouldn't get into option buying. Yes, that is definitely one of the reasons कि आपके पास capital कम होता है इसलिए आप option buying करना चाहते हो, ditto me, but that should be a starting point. It should not be a point कि just because मेरे पास capital कम है मुझे option buying करना है. And this definition of capital is quite subjective. मेरे हिसाब से after all these years of experience, I should say कि at least if you want to be a serious trader, so there are different involvement levels that you have as a trader, right? You can be very intensive, you can be mildly intensive, you can be kind of easily going कि okay fine कल market 1000 पॉइंट भी गिर गया तो it's not going to impact me that much. So very less involvement I would say, both emotionally and financially. And there are people who are just doing time pass. So in case you can find out कि you're just passing your time, चलो बहुत बार ऐसा होता है ना कि चलो या 50,000 डाल देते देखते हैं कैसा होता है, वो 50,000 कभी वापस नहीं आता because the intention at which you are starting the point is wrong. वो देखते क्या होता है के लिए it's not a gambling thing, but most of us end up starting the trading journey like that. चलो देखते क्या होता है, right? So in case you are very serious about trading or want to make it a full-time trader, somebody wants to do it, I think bare minimum capital should be 5 to 10 lakhs rupees. It doesn't matter आप kind of buying कर रहे selling कर रहे, and उसमें से भी जैसे आप 10 लाख का capital लेके आप option buying कर रहे, not that कि you buy 10 lakhs worth of premium, you buy maybe at max 2 lakhs of premium, at 1.5 lakhs of premium, or max 3 lakhs, and उसमें से ही आप return बनाए क्योंकि 10 lakhs करेंगे one black day and suddenly you say कि the premium has completely eroded and because of the direction has gone against you and you have lost money. So my thing is कि most of the मतलब I'm not trying to be retail messiah here, but there are so many people in everywhere who would do that. But my point is कि let's not fool ourselves by saying कि मेरे पास at least bare minimum 2 लाख कीजिए, right? 3 लाख कीजिए, at least एक lot of निफ्टी का कॉल ले सके जिसमें कि 130 रुपये का कॉल लिए जैसे 50 क्वांटिटी, it doesn't involve that much of capital. That is fine. एक lot, 2 lot, 3 lot, that's it. That too in index. But anything sub 1 lakh, it is not a capital. And we tend to see कि most of the people, so-called retail traders, are trapped in that bracket, below 1 lakh, below 2 lakh. And one झटका ऐसा होता है कि market will have the volatility, will have the swings against you, and no time you are out of the market. So rather than increasing the profitability in everything, we should focus on कि हम कितना लंबा खींच सके our standing in the market, we are involved in the market, and slowly steadily I'm sure कि people will find their way कि उनको क्या करना है, but not under capitalization and neither that under education. I would say be fully aware what you're getting into and things like that.
So initially अगर एज अ ऑप्शन बायर में हम लोगों ने देखा है कि ज़्यादातर व्हेन नॉट टू ट्रेड हमको डिफाइन करना होता है कि भाई कब ट्रेड नहीं करना है मार्केट में, क्योंकि नंबर ऑफ डेज जो हमारे फेवरेबल में जा रहे हैं वो दैट आर वेरी लेस एज ऑप्शन बायर, बिकॉज स्टैटिकली बात की जाती है कि भाई 70% ऑफ टाइम मार्केट्स आर इन अ रेंज बाउंड, ओनली 30% टाइम, और मे बी आपने भी ये देखा होगा कि जो आप कैपिटल डेफिनेटली ड्रॉ डाउन विल बी देयर, बट नेट टू नेट जो आपके प्रॉफिट्स बन रहे हैं एंड ऑफ द लेट्स से क्वार्टर और फाइनेंशियल ईयर, दैट कम्स ओनली फ्रॉम 10 to 20% ऑफ योर ट्रेड्स, राइट? बाकी कुछ आपके ब्रेक इवंस चले जाते हैं, कुछ आपको लॉसेज होते हैं, कुछ ड्रॉ डाउन्स होते हैं. सो वो 10-20% ऑफ टाइम में आपको इतने बड़े पैसे बनाने होते हैं जो कि आपका एक नेट टू नेट आपको एक प्रॉफिटेबल लेके आए. सो कुछ ऐसे चेक पॉइंट्स हैं रिटेल ट्रेडर्स के लिए कि व्हेन नॉट टू ट्रेड, लाइक फ्यू पीपल सेज कि वॉलेटिलिटी, कि अगर मार्केट ज़्यादा वॉलेटाइल है, प्रीमियम्स फ्लक्चुएशंस हाई है, सो यू शुड अवॉइड द ट्रेडिंग्स. लाइक इफ़ निफ्टी और बैंक निफ्टी ट्रेडिंग्स प्रीवियस डे रेंज, तो उस समय ट्रेड ना करें. सो ऐसा कुछ ऑप्शन बाइंग के लिए इफ़ यू कैन गाइड अस.
Yeah, sure. मतलब so first thing first, in any field of the life and corporate career, whatever, you'll see that 80-20 ratio.
Yes.
20% of your kind of बोलते हैं जो एफर्ट आप डालते हो that is actually yielding 80% of your result kind of thing. So where you put the intensity at what time, that really does matter quite a bit. मतलब if I were to say, मैं last hypothetically last एक साल में the output that I have from my trading would be maybe 3-4 times more than what I would have in the last 2-3 years maybe. So but at the same time you have a new benchmark to kind of define कि आपको क्या करना है, कैसा करना है. The trading that I used to do 5 years 6 years back, I don't even remember in terms of the how embarrassing it is if I end up doing what I used to do. So we always refine ourselves, and 20-80 rule is applicable everywhere. But having said that, when you say कि when not to trade, I think there are times you can, there are many ways to be honest. Let's say आप कोई एक तो है कि as a trader I need to know what kind of trading DNA that I have. I always talk about it. आप किस टाइम फ्रेम के ट्रेडर हो, आप 15 मिनट के हो, 30 मिनट के हो, 75 मिनट्स के हो. एंड सो एक तो आप टाइम फ्रेम अपना चूज़ कीजिए कि इस टाइम फ्रेम में ही मैं आई विल ट्रेड. बाकी टाइम फ्रेम्स में क्या हो रहा है, आई डोंट रियली बॉदर. सो टाइम फ्रेम इज़ वन. सेकेंडली what I would say कि daily, let's say hypothetically somebody wants to make 5% 6% a month, you have a monthly, okay, मुझे महीने का 1 लाख बनाना है. let's say 22 trading days, let's say 6,000 rupees, right? Now one way is that to stop trading and not to trade anymore, over trading kind of thing, when you meet your daily target or the weekly target is done in 2 days time, that kind of thing. So that will put a focus on the fact ki why you should not over trade and things like that. But thirdly, technically if you're speaking, I think that is what you're driving the discussion at, is that कि let's say आप कोई super trend use कर ले 10-3 14-2 whatever, when the super trend is line is flattish, in a very nutshell, in a basic one, जब भी flattish है, I will not do option buying. It has to have a slope of 45 degree 30 degree, that kind of thing, then I can start this thing. Whenever I see कि the market is in a range in the first 1 hour का candle, you cannot really do much of premium expansion. You cannot really get into. So option buying is not a game where you have to trade every day, every hour, and it's not possible. So you have to find out your spot. So मेरे लिए 2 to 3:30, this is one time frame where the maximum volatility comes into the picture, and not maximum volatility, I would say कि maximum movement comes to the picture, because FI is getting to, hypothetically this is the time zone, and 9:15 to 10:30 where again a bit of movement is visible. So for me, if my day's job is done between these two time frames and time zones rather, I'm more or less from 11 o'clock to 2, I don't see the market. I would have the screens on and everything, but not that involved. So most of the time, until unless there is a news driven and everything, the super trend line will be flattish during this time and not to be traded. If I'm buying something, I will at least ensure that my RSI is more than 55, let's say. If I'm selling something, I should at least ensure that my RSI level is below 50 kind of thing. So there has to be some technical parameter, because not necessarily the stock which is having a strength or weakness right now will exhibit the result right away. It will take some time. So how do you point out कि okay कौन सा stock मतलब buying zone में है, कौन सा stock selling zone में है, या index ये range bound है. You'll see many a times the first 15-30 minutes of the index का gap up gap down range जो होता है, that is the biggest candle that you can find out for the entire day. Now you try to fight it out कि मुझे और पैसा बनाना है, it will be difficult. So you have to detach yourself कि हाँ बैंक निफ्टी का ATR is 500, मुझे पहले कैंडल में भी 600 पॉइंट मिल रहे हैं, 700 पॉइंट मिल रहे हैं. I should not be greedy to kind of milk more out of the market. So मतलब these zones, time zones, RSI हो गया, super trend हो गया, these are the factors I think that would help us when not to trade कि okay fine इस zone पे मुझे नहीं करना होगा types.
Okay, so initially जैसे आपने डिस्कस किया, इनिशियल जो आपका फेस था जिसमें आपने, तो आपकी अप्रोच क्या थी इनिशियल जब आपने स्टार्ट किया था, तो आप क्या देख के ट्रेड करते थे? यू लॉस्ट chunk of money in initial phase, right? So you were doing random trades or right?
All random, TV, indoor, no, nothing like no technical as such. But I used to have this Sher Khan ka screener kind of thing. Those guys used to run a good what is that one program that was there.
OTA.
OTA, right. So I had enrolled myself into that, trying to see what is that. So that had helped की supply demand zone and all this thing. पहले से मुझे ये भी नहीं पता था कि demand supply zone होता क्या है. So bit of an exposure from there, and कभी-कभी stock कोई demand zone में या supply zone में चले जाते हैं. So I just take a contra trade.
Contra plus you can see as a profit booking area also. जब आपके पास आपको पता है कि अब ये मेजर डिमांड में है. If I am holding puts like अगर आज का भी मार्केट देखें सो दैट इज़ द अगेन सो कुछ ना कुछ आपको ये फिर अगेन पॉइंट में आ जाता है कि कुछ ना कुछ आपको लर्निंग डेफिनेटली कहीं ना कहीं से मिलती है अगर आप कुछ कोर्सेज कर रहे हैं या कहीं से सीख रहे हैं क्योंकि मैंने भी शेर खान का 2011 में एक कोर्स किया था डिमांड एंड सप्लाई का सो अभी जैसे बात करें कि यू रन ऑल्सो योर वन दिस थिंग रैंक डेल्टा सो आप थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं व्हाट इज़ रैंक डेल्टा क्या है रैंक डेल्टा
See, basically I thought I'll do it for a month or two. The objective was to kind of let people be aware of the different things that can be done. क्या क्या सॉफ्टवेयर है क्या क्या इंडिकेटर आप देखते हो. आई एम नॉट अ वेरी प्राइस एक्शन गाय but I rely a bit of on indicators even if it is quite badly kind of treated ki indicators are lagging and everything. I know everything of that, but I'm more of an indicator guy. I try to have more confirmations for my trade rather than just a price action kind of thing. So I try to expose them to different kind of options में क्या होता है, what is the option chain, put writing, call writing क्या होके कहाँ पे difference होने से where can be visible kind of support resistance is there. There are very good members in our team, so basically somebody is putting let's say charts, live charts in the group where they're talking about Nifty Bank Nifty में where exactly 15 minute basis में ऐसे divergence है कि ये क्या है वो क्या है. Sankalp has joined recently with me, Vikas has joined recently with me, and I'm just excited कि as a team there are other people are also there, and but as a team we would definitely kind of help out people to kind of meet their daily goals kind of thing. It's not a telegram or it's not a this thing where okay ये कॉल लिए थे ये 10 गुना हो गया 15 गुना हो गया. It is not about that, but emphasis is on mentoring or like educating people what not to do and things like that. And initially people had come कि TV में I used to be there, and I've taken a break if you can say, and basically they were like TV का calls आ जाएगा तो will benefit, but it is not about calls kind of thing, and I don't envisage myself recommending something on index or something once 4-5 हज़ार 6 हज़ार रुपये दिन का बन गया 2-3 हज़ार बन जाता है, that's more than fine. That's a byproduct of the whole mentoring thing, but at the day every weekend if we conduct something where people tend to gain knowledge and things like that, that is what the aim is for.
Great. So Ashit bhai, you more focus into multi indicator these things, right? So multi indicator, why to go with multi indicator multi time analysis अगर देखें तो हम लोग तो उससे आपको क्या confirmation मिलता है. So आप accordingly आप अपनी position sizing भी increase करके क्योंकि आपने एक concept कहीं पे discuss किया था about delta drifting. So वो what is delta drifting?
Okay, so delta drifting is nothing. Let's say Bank Nifty मतलब 39,000 का let's say आपने put buy किया है, right? Let's say there's a big candle happened, Bank Nifty corrected now. Let's say it comes to 38,000. The point is कि आप जितना in the money put में जाएंगे, the delta will be more, right? So अगर let's say Bank Nifty currently at 38,000 hypothetically, and हमने 39,000 का put buy किया है, right? So this is definitely in the money, little deep in the money to be honest. So अगर जितना इन द मनी होगा जैसे डेल्टा आपका 80 है, राइट? अगर बैंक निफ्टी कल 1000 पॉइंट गिरता है तो इसका भी डेल्टा इन प्रोपोर्शन टू लिटिल मोर देन 80 इट विल काइंड ऑफ गो अप. बट इन केस इट गोज रिवर्स, राइट? सो से 500 पॉइंट ऊपर बैंक निफ्टी रिवर्स मारा, सो आपका पुट का वैल्यू विल गो 500 रुपये इंटू 80 इज द डेल्टा, राइट? सो फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट कि अगर आपको एक स्ट्राइक प्राइस में प्रॉफिट मिल रहा है, सो you should not expose yourself more than 50 delta in option buying. So in case things go wrong, 35-40 delta में you can exit, right? But अगर मैं 80 delta से play कर रहा हूँ, I have 80 as an exposure. It can come down to 40, right? So the proportionate amount of delta that will be kind of gone out of your option buying instrument will be quite high, and that delta bleed can come because of direction, wrong sense of direction, market not moving your way. So what you do, you try to book profit on a higher strike price, go down to the lowest strike price and try to rotate the delta, so that strike price के हिसाब से आपका exposure कम रहेगा, so that you do not stand to lose too much money in case things go against you. But there are times मतलब on Friday, this Friday I think 1000 या 1200 strike price का सारे के सारे put I had bought. But I would not do that normally on every kind of day or every week kind of thing. Whenever that conviction is like, okay, this is what it is, then you'll play for it ki, okay fine, this can be done. Let's say on a day like today, maybe I'll just have 3-4 strike price and वहाँ पे मैं put buy करूँगा. But on a day like Friday, when the conviction is more, I'll buy 12, 13, 14 strike price and वहाँ पे, because I want to play for the delta, because the conviction. But at the same time, such conviction was there on 24th February also, right? So I had carried huge amount of put and market reversed. And obviously doesn't matter what happened overnight, but at the same time, in case your sense of direction is wrong, market goes against you, you stand to lose more, because your delta bleed will be much more than a normal 50 delta strike price. So that is what it is.
Right. So this is a kind of strike rotation. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल फॉर इंट्राडे इफ वी स्टार्टेड विद द 0.5 डेल्टा, मतलब एटीएम से अगर हम स्टार्ट करते हैं और प्राइस हमारा 200-300 पॉइंट इन द मनी हो जाता है, then we keep booking that is strike price because at the same point of time we don't want to lose the further uptrend or downtrend.
The risk market is less. Yes, the risk is less, and in case and also the premium is also less. Higher the delta, higher the premium. Correct. So अगर 300 पॉइंट नीचे चला गया, so आपको उस स्ट्राइक प्राइस में जो डेल्टा का बेनिफिट एक्सपेंशन हुआ होगा, तो उसमें से डेफिनेटली पैसा मिला होगा. So maybe part of that profit can be rotated to the new strike price, newly formed ATM, which will be having less propensity to bleed in case the direction goes wrong. So that is what it is.
ग्रेट. सो अगर हम लोग बात करें कि पोजीशन साइजिंग का थोड़ा सा हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था. पोजीशन साइजिंग शुड बी, अगर एज अ ऑप्शन बायर है, फॉर एग्जांपल आई हैव 10 लाख रुपीस ऑफ कैपिटल, सो एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम मुझे एक सिंगल ट्रेड में या 3-4 ट्रेड्स में मैक्स टू मैक्स कितने पैसे लगाने चाहिए प्रॉपर, अगर आई वांट टू प्ले फॉर अ लॉन्ग रन?
I think 10 lakhs at that max, 1.5-2 lakhs should be the maximum exposure, not beyond that. Do it for 2 years time, 3-4 quarter कीजिए. If you're still profitable, then 2 lakhs premium goes to 4 lakhs premium or 5 lakhs premium as an exposure. Because because if you're doing it over the period of the last 4 quarters, you have made enough buffer as a profit, and that acts a very very solid foundation to your confidence. मतलब एक चीज़ है कि एज ए ट्रेडर, फुल टाइम ट्रेडर, वी डोंट हैव एनीथिंग अपार्ट फ्रॉम कॉन्फिडेंस, सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस कि नहीं मैं कर सकता हूँ. लॉस हुआ है, आई कैन कम आउट ऑफ इट. आई थिंक आई नो द वेज हाउ टू काइंड ऑफ डील विद द मार्केट इन केस मार्केट इज वेरी, आई एम नॉट एबल टू गॉस द मार्केट, आई हैव ए ड्रॉडाउन, आई हैव ए लॉस. I think I have a confidence to come out of it. That confidence is the edge. It is not the strategy, it is not anything else or मेरे पास कितना capital है. And that confidence will only come when you have faced multiple drawdowns, unexpected drawdowns, or drawdowns where you were at fault, but over a period of time you crawled back yourself to the base zone again. Okay, fine, now I'm break even. For many people, they don't want to have drawdown, but if they don't want to have drawdown, or nobody wants to have drawdown, but let's say nobody wants to experience drawdown, but if for me that experience of drawdown is quite critical, because that shapes up the kind of character as the way you want to be trading kind of thing. We cannot be doing exceptionally great stuff out of your comfort zone, and it's not that you kind of plunge yourself to the ocean and say, okay, let me see if I can swim or not, but it's market, you will be thrown out. You will be kind of thrown out of your comfort zone to, okay fine, now you come back to me, let's see how good, skillful you are. So I think and I have seen enough of drawdowns to know how to come out of it, and that is where I think my age is. ठीक है, strategy, mental makeup and everything is there, but that confidence कि okay fine, I can come out of it is insatiable. I am absolutely dead solid in my conviction at times. And जब नहीं है, I go low, but at the same time go low in the sense in the position sizing and everything. but I somehow just know when to smell blood, and if I smell blood, I go after it without any kind of second thoughts. And now you have a day like 25th of February, no second thoughts, great amount of drawdown, and you have days like few days in this month when great profit. Yeah, matlab, so in that way. So basically, that is what it is. Matlab, it's not that, but at the same time, the fact of the matter, 25th February के जिस type का drawdown हुआ था, loss हुआ था, if I did not have the confidence, right, I would have never got into the market again. It was so bad, right? But at the same time, I maintain a journal. Ki I remember when are the days when exactly there was a drawdown for me that happened last year, last to last year. The dates are written, what had happened, why did I lose money, and I take a tracker कि उस दिन से next कितने दिन तक में मैं वो recover कर पाया. And over a period of last 2.5 years, 3 years, I see the drawdown has been spiking up and the recovery rate is going down. For me, that is confidence.
Okay.
So earlier a 1 year drawdown would take me maybe 3 months to recover, but maybe now a 5 year drawdown will take me 20 days to recover. So that is what kind of gives a bit of accentuated confidence. Okay, fine, this is doable. Yes, you have been wrong. It is market. You have a miscalculation of things, but there is no excuse. As a trader, you cannot say, अरे बिदेन ने आके बोला कि हम नहीं भेजेंगे, रशिया के वॉर में नहीं भेजेंगे तो मार्केट वेंट अप, थर्ड वर्ल्ड वॉर नहीं होगा, which is great, but obviously you had a different take on the market. But there is no excuse. You cannot just say कि भाई मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ इसमें. You have to own it up. Things have gone bad. So how do you come back to the market? Taking care of the drawdown is all that matters.
So अगर आपको चूज करने बोले कि between stocks options and index options, so why? And
money is
based
there in
on
index.
Yes,
money is there in index. I think there was time. So this is what happened. So I started with cash because I did not have knowledge about anything, and then I got into future and options. No index, only future, matlab stock futures kind of thing. And then there was a period when I was doing both stock futures and index futures. Then a period of stock futures, index futures, stock options, index options. Then I saw the comparative figure ki how much capital engagement is there and how much is the return. And over a period of time, even if I know ki let's say HDFC is going to fall down by $50, I will not short say 5,000 HDFC. I will look for Nifty quantity to go up because HDFC does contribute a significant this thing in the kind of weightage. Let's say to sum it up ki let's say HDFC के साथ Reliance भी looking weak or Bank Nifty is looking weak. I would rather go for the index route because eventually they are all flowing to the ocean, right? And index is the ocean. These are small rivers. So I would like to swim in the ocean than the river, if I may put it in that way. So yeah.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच अशित भाई, इतना अच्छा इनपुट देने के लिए. काफ़ी सारी डेफिनेटली ऑलमोस्ट 35-40 मिनट्स हो गए हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया, पता भी नहीं लगा. और काफ़ी छोटी छोटी चीज़ें आपने डिस्कस की है, डेफिनेटली लोगों को हेल्प मिलेगी. सो थैंक यू सो मच. बेस्ट विशेस आपके आने वाले टाइम के लिए.
Same to you. What is same to you?
थैंक यू.
Great. Thanks for having me.